Well, hello everybody, welcome back. Um, Sometimes I forget this is a reaction channel. I don't forget, but I just get caught up in the songs and everything. And it's a reaction channel, not a genre channel. Although you'll see I lean into songs I like and that gets other responses. But we've been off on different tracks from Bowie to Dimash to Bandmate to Love Bites to Prokofiev. And I hope people stick with me for that reason. And this is one of the reasons why I'm looking at BJ's, BJ's. Stop it, you BG's. Yes, you. We're not going. I can't believe I just said that. Oh God, I've dropped my foot right into there. No, the Bee Gees. Back to serious, Alan. Nights on Broadway, which is from the Main Course album. Now, I kind of grew up in that 75, 79 period of the Bee Gees, which was the Saturday Night Fever element. And we'll get into that a little bit. But I just want to get into this song because I've often said, if you've just grown up your life with one musical taste, I find that impossible to believe in. Your taste will strengthen and weaken, and some things you'll look back on and go, I was a teenager then, it brings back fond memories. And, not so much now, it's not my taste, or I've evolved or I've strengthened taste in different areas. But I think the Bee Gees just transcend all of those arches. Yeah, they'll fit wherever you are in your life if you have a liking for what they did. And, they sold about 50 million albums. They did not so much. What's the word I'm looking for? They're super influential. And they're credited with the revitalization of disco. No, it just kind of, when you read the articles and you remember back, it just prolonged it. And I wasn't a huge fan of some of the diatribe that came out of disco, but they put a new spin on it and gave it some strength. But this is from Main Course. Jive Talking had already been a hit. This was the follow-up to Jive Talking. Now, I know Jive Talking was on the soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever, but we've got some other little tidbits because I know a little bit about the Bee Gees. But anyway, shut up, Alan. Asking me to shut up's like asking me to stop breathing. Anyway, let's get into it. See these? I had to pay for these. They got theirs naturally. That's when I was a kid growing up. There used to be lots of spoof. I think Kenny Everett, a British comedian, would have some of this, the big set of giant teeth, and but forget all of that. And I think sometimes they would they were rather self-effacing. They didn't take themselves so seriously. Took their music seriously, but not themselves. When you listen to this, you can see Travolta walking down on Saturday Night Fever. You can hear that it's R&B. Yeah, it's got that really You got the falsetto, the vibrato. You've got great music, great harmonies, and then you've got the lyrics, which are not necessarily poppy. Yeah, they've been misled a little bit, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But just to sing like that, and I think Liam Gallagher had said, Liam Gallagher's been quoted as saying, when you've got three brothers singing together, the harmonies are going to fit. The fact that they're great singers and had great strong voices, both with Barry with his falsetto, Robin with his vibrato, and Morris as well. Yeah, that's just so cool. So cool. Tell me if you're of my age or even now. I think this is this iconic sound that they created. And remember, this is a band that started singing in '58 as kids at the Coleman Theatre. And because the amp broke, it's done some research, they sung live and then they got such a positive response. They go, oh, we'll sing live then. We're just going to go on and mime a skiffle song. They've been a skiffle band. And one of my favourite songs is Massachusetts, believe it or not. But if you've never listened to the Bee Gees, or you say, I'm not listening to them because, they don't smash the life out of a guitar with, 150 RPMs on and all that stuff, which has its place. I love metal, I love rock, I love blues. Yeah. But this is just equally, it was transformative. Do you know what I mean? You listen to this and you're taken on a little journey of, I guess, those halcyon days if you're in the 70s. Yes, disco, some of it I just couldn't stand. And yes, I've watched all recording to Soul Train, which is different, right? I found the styling of the 70s and the dancing was way cool. And Soul Train has showcased some monumental artists. But the whole disco era, wasn't for me. But then you listen to these guys, and actually maybe it was, and I didn't know. Maybe I was a disco fan. Maybe I was an R&B fan. Yeah, I am. And maybe just the pure skill of these guys. Remember, they've done filmographies like Sgt. Pepper's in '78. They were just hugely popular worldwide. Now, we can get into a little bit more from sort of, you've got that 75, 79. Then you've got the passing of their brother and other hits, but they've got the Garden concert with Barbara Streisand, which is just stunning. Yeah, there's so much, and it is sad, the demise of the family, but that's part of their story that we can all digest now. This song, what's it about? I've read bits where people say it's stalking. No, it's not. I think this is literally just about a Hollywood encounter between two people in that dynamic. Maybe it's them, maybe it's Oberach, I don't know. Maybe they're singing about one can't stay away, but they can't be as one because it was originally had the lights of Broadway. And there is a part in the chorus where they sing Lights on Broadway in a recording, but they called it Nights of Broadway. So if you listen to it as Lights of Broadway, blaming it all on the lights of Broadway, then yeah, you've got that Hollywood glamour, that theatre glamour, that stars very rarely have lasting relationships because they're competing egos and competing distractions. Yeah, these brothers, and sadly Andy, who passed away, 58, Isle of Man, off to Australia, come back, off to Australia again. Bad boys in their day. Yep. Went to Greater Manchester where they, I think, not Morris, Barry, I'll have to see if I can find the link in which is a great sort of mini documentary about them. I think I'll tag it in, guys, because it's an interesting watch. Tell me you haven't tapped your feet to this, and I'll tell you you've lost your hearing. Yeah. Until next time, guys, take care.